What is going on? It is James, aka the Comic Raider, and I decided to do something a little different. I have had this wall behind me set up with Batman for at least like 6 months. I want to say since probably towards the beginning of the year, and I was just kind of ready to switch it up, do something different. Took a little vote on my Instagram, and it looks like Spawn is going to be the winner of what goes up next. So I figured, let me take these down, but also, Batman's my favorite character. This is probably one of the best parts of my collection as a whole, as a group, and some of these have some stories behind them. So I figured, what the hell? Let me take them down, and we'll go over it now. I can see that the focus isn't going to be that great. Maybe when I walk over there, it gets a little bit better. I don't know, but yeah, let's see how this goes, really. So I'll start up at the top. These are books that came from, well, some of these came from a collection. I had a copy of this that I had already bought. So I bought a collection years ago from a friend of a friend, and his father had collected some old school Batman books. So that's some of them are definitely in high condition. I think I bought that one myself. But anyways, I was able to get some really cool Silver Age stuff from there. This one, so this is one that I used to think for like the longest time I'd get it mixed up, and I thought it was a Silver Age, first Silver Age Penguin. So I bought it thinking that it was. Still a great book to have. Still an awesome cover with the purple and penguin, and it's badass. But yeah. So anyways, I used to think that, and then we'll get into actual first Silver Age Penguin. Then this is another cool one. I can't remember if this is like first Silver Age of anybody, but it is also a dope cover. I remember I got this one up in Oregon. Don't remember the shop, but this one I have had for a long time. But you got one of the earlier Talia Al Ghuls in there, and this is just a amazing cover. And then first appearance of Reaper. This is just a really cool one. Neil Adams, classic cover. And I think I got that one at like a LA Comic-Con or a WonderCon, something like that. One of those two. I had an open space here that I had for Batman 423, which I just sent out to CGC. This is a copy of 635, first appearance of Red Hood. Well, Jason Todd is Red Hood, from one of my favorite runs. This is a book that I have had a few copies of. I sent one of mine in. I bought a 9.8 from someone. They ripped me off. It's a long story. It's on my Instagram somewhere. They ripped me off, and I ended up sending in one of my copies. Boom, got a 9.8, so I had one the whole time. Definitely love this one and the kind of story behind it. Then we're going to come over here to some favorites. I love this pop figure. Batman and Robin is, it's a joke of the franchise everyone likes to make, but I always liked the design of him and everything in that movie. So now we're going to get into some real bangers on this wall. Batman 121, first appearance of Mr. Freeze. Well, technically at this point he's going to be Mr. Zero. I got it in a 5.0. I will be honest, this was a, what was it called? When COVID happened and everybody was getting a stimulus check. This was a stimulus purchase. So that's how I was able to get this one. And yeah, this is by far the pride and joy of the collection there. And then I was on a goal of really trying to get all like the Silver Age appearances because I can't, I'm not gonna get or afford the Golden Age stuff. So the goal was let me get all the Silver Age ones. So here we're gonna have the Silver Age of the Penguin in a 2.0 low grade, but I bought it raw, sent it in. Figured I could always upgrade later, but I do love this cover. I mean, Fire Breathing Dragon, come on now. This one I also had bought raw. This is actually a purchase that I got after my papa had passed away. Kind of like an emotional buy. And had the copy for a long time, decided to send it in, and got a 3.0, which I will take. On these ones, I mean, as we like to say, low grade is better than no grade. And on top of that, can upgrade later as well. Or if they have sentimental value like that. Batman 181, Poison Ivy with pinup. This is a CBCS and a 3.5. I got this one also from a LA Comic Con or WonderCon. I get the two. I can't tell which one's which as far as the memory goes. I just know I bought it at one of those two cons. So that was a good pickup that year. I grabbed a bunch of stuff that year. I remember this was a good trip. But yeah, so this one was pretty cute. Then we have also got, now I do need to, probably send it into CGC, get a reholder. Also, I don't remember if I said what it was or not, but first appearance Poison Ivy with the pinup, yeah. I do need to send that one in, probably to get switched out. But Batman 189, one of my favorite covers ever. First Silver Age Scarecrow, Neil Adams, just freaking sick. 7.0, one of my higher ones. I got this one from Shortboxed, from Gene at Shortbox at a Stockton Con years ago. Like before the app, before they were, I don't want to say big time because they've always been pretty popular, but like way before all that, when I was first into collecting and really focusing on the Silver Age stuff. He hand delivered it to me. We met up at that con. So yeah, this is one that I will always remember as well. Might have been my first Silver Age, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least around there. This is one that is really hard to find. Batman 227. I never thought I'd really get one. Found it in that collection that I talked about. Ended up sending it in and got a 5.5, which I'll take. Absolute classic cover and homage. 232, Ra's al Ghul. 7.5. This is one that I had a lower. I want to say maybe 5 or 6 range. Sold it and was hoping that this one would come back higher grade, and it did. So I lucked out on that. This one, 234. The real first Silver Age of Two-Face. This is one that I believe I had a 7.0. Yeah, I think I had a 7.0. Sold it because I was sure that this one was going to be better. Sent it in, got a 6.5. So took a L on this one, took a W on the Raws, but that's okay. This is one of the few that I actually have upgraded. I think I started with like a Super Beat. Raw copy probably would have been maybe 1, 2.0, somewhere around there. Eventually ended up with a 5.5. I do believe I purchased this. Yeah, I bought it as a 5.5. I did not send this one in. Eventually would love to upgrade to like that 8.0 range with like the deep blue colors. I mean, this one presents really well too, but that would basically be what I want. Somewhere in the 8.5 with the nice colors presenting. And I'll be happy to kind of settle down with that. Now we got more modern stuff. So we're gonna have Batman 386. This is gonna be first Black Mask and Origin. I do love this cover. This is one that I bought raw. I sent it in, got a 9.0, so I was really happy with that. This one, Batman 357 9.0, first full of Killer Croc and Jason Todd, and what we like to say is one of the worst covers as far as appearance-wise go. 9.0, this is, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is the first of like the villains that I got. This was the first one, the one that kind of started it all off for me. As far as once I got this, then it was like, okay, you know what, let me go get the rest. So this was the one that, like I said, started it all. Batman 612, also in a CBCS label. This one is just classic Jim Lee, Hush, Superman choking the shit out of Batman. Signed by Jim Lee, Sinclair, and Jeff Loeb. This I bought from Launchpad in Lodi, California. I was about to go to Stockton Con, and I was like, hey, you know, you got it. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Stockton Con, I'm bringing this one. He said it was a triple signed, but he didn't have a, I don't remember if he had a COA, but it was triple signed, you know, and I was like, well, shoot, let me buy it now. So he sold it to me, and then I went to Stockton Con and submitted it. So this is part of my first ever submission, and that I had ever sent in myself. And yeah, so got a 9.6 out of that, which I was happy with. Let's see. Batman 655, first appearance of Damon in cameo on last 2 pages. This is going to be a Hubert variant, which is one that takes quite a jump if you skip to the 9.8 level. So could not afford that. Found a 9.6 for a steal of a price. Don't remember what it was, but I know it was a hell of a deal on eBay. So I sniped it, won it. I will stick with the 9.6. In a, what do you call it? An instant classic run. The Snyder Capullo Court of Owls. This is a 4th printing. I have a 1st printing, I just don't have them graded. But have 1st printing. I got this one because I just loved how the blue matched the blue. I'm a sucker for that. So that's why I picked this one up and have it on display. What else do we have? Batman 50, going to be the wedding issue. And this was a Tyler Kirkham variant in a 9.8. I thought that this one was really cool and important at the time. Plus, again, I liked how it kind of matched and went with the label, so I dug that. Let's see, trying to make room for some of these. Here's going to be some more moderns, but nonetheless, still bangers. Had 2 copies of this, sent my best one in for grading, got a 9.8, stoked. That is freaking awesome. This is a classic cover with him getting the Green Lantern ring. Love this one. A pretty hard to find Matina variant, Red Hood The Lost Days. Badass Red Hood cover. Got it in a 9.6. Another one that is hard to find in just hard to find in general, especially once you hit that 9.6, 9.8. 9.8 takes a crazy price jump, or at least it used to back in the day. I'll be honest, once I got this, I didn't care to keep looking it up. But this was a big deal when I got this one. This is one of the favorites of mine. A book, one of the books that I've had in my collection for the longest time. This was a book I bought, again, back when I first started collecting, and just had it sitting in a box. Said, you know what, I'm on this tear of, getting all these villains graded. Let me send mine in. Frickin' 9.8. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So that was awesome. Let's see. Some more cool ones here. Detective Comics 298, origin and first appearance of Silver Age Clayface in a 4.5. This is one that I was very picky about. I wanted a really good mid-grade that presented really well. I found this to be very hard to find for a good price. This was, like I said, just for whatever reason, this book I couldn't get in a price that I thought was fair. Could never find it. Finally ended up getting this one off of eBay, and yeah, was super happy with this. This is one of the last ones that I needed to get. Then got Detective Comics 359 and a 3.5. This is going to be Batgirl. This was sold to me from my buddy Ross. One that you kind of need it. You need it for the collection. First appearance and origin of Batgirl. You need it for the collection, but I just never really wanted to spend a ton of money on it, if I'm being honest. So he had one for sale, gave me what he likes to say is a hell of a deal, but whatever. No, I'm playing. But yeah, so that one, also in a CBCS. Maybe one day I'll care to actually change that, but oh well. Next to Detective Comics 400, origin and first appearance of Man-Bat, first Robin and Batgirl team-up story, and a 400th anniversary issue in a 7.0. Another great cover, and awesome book. I've had this one for quite some time. I want to say I bought this and maybe a 7.0 of the Two-Face on Instagram, maybe Dominator Comics, could be wrong. I think I got this and the Two-Face from somebody. I'm pretty sure it is Dominator Comics, but got that a long time ago. Detective Comics 664, Bane beating the shit out of Batman, 9.8. Not a crazy banger in compared to the rest of these, but I have this one on the wall also for the reason you are looking at the first slab I ever owned. My first slab I ever bought, first one in my collection, one that will always stay with me for that reason. I can't tell you my first comic book I bought or anything like that, but I can remember my first slab, so that would be this baby right here. And then just have some raw Detective Comics issues here that we will go through to round out the end of the wall. I do have some more Batman over here, what do we got? I got 244 over here. I got first League of Assassins, first Talia, the Dr. Fate and Hourman Solomon Grundy issue, plus the first Silver Age Catwoman. Those are all in a case over here, so I didn't feel like taking those out to put them on the wall. I'll just leave them up in that case. Let me put these back in order here, or at least close enough. Detective Comics 286, cool Batwoman cover there. Then I've got 314 as they face Moby Dick. 323 Zodiac Master, first appearance, if I'm not mistaken. If I am wrong, whatever, people, sue me. Detective Comics, this one's 373. This would be second Mr. Zero, and a really cool cover at that. Or actually, so second Zero, and I believe when he starts going is Mr. Freeze also, if I'm not mistaken. 387, classic cover. I love this one. Him holding up the two issues. I also have one of those big old wooden display things you get at Hobby Lobby and stuff for that. So I loved being able to get the book to match. 402 Detective Comics with a Neil Adams Man-Bat. And then what is this? 403 as well. So that's gonna round out for the wall. Let's see what we did time-wise. 20 minutes, not that bad. So, in case anyone gives a shit, I built this along with my dad because shelves were just super expensive. So this was just taking, 2x4s, cutting them out, painting them black, putting this is, you can't see it, but the lip is made from a tinier piece that was cut and then just nailed into the top of the 2x4 to kind of make that L shape. And then just some brackets that I probably got off of Amazon, and that was it. But I liked it because the ones that I was finding were like small. To get in that length were crazy expensive from like IKEA and stuff. So it's like, shit, build our own, save hell of money. And it, as you can see, it's worked out. It holds the weight of multiple slabs. Never had an issue with that. And yeah, it's freaking perfect. So I love it. So yeah, that is how the stand came about. And that is it for the wall removal. Thank you all for taking a little trip down memory lane. Like I said, the next winter is going to be spawn, so I'm going to gather up a bunch of spawn issues and throw them up there, and probably not going to do like a video of me putting them up, because I'm going to have to probably redo it quite a few times, messing around with how many fit and all that kind of stuff and what I want. But yeah, figured let me get this done, since I won't see those books, you know, now they're gonna go in boxes and I won't see them for quite some time. So yeah, that's all. Till next time, Comic Raider is out. Deuces. Stay safe, everybody.